Hello, YouTubers, YouTube land. Okay, this article or news clip by RT proves what Gideon was saying, and I related on the video about how places like Facebook and YouTube and Google was all a think tank from the U.S. government and funded by the government. And they just picked some lucky schmuck, which always is a Jew, to run the company. So, Facebook has hired the State Department to fact check the news, and this will snowball. And this is also reflective of Obama's Ministry of Truth, illegal EO, because presidents can't write the law, but still stands, of if the government doesn't approve it, that means if the U.S. government doesn't approve the news, it's not going to get published. So listen to this for just a second here.
Right term. It is not an issue even just of censorship anymore. This is outright propaganda. You should be disqualified from ever being allowed to call yourself a fact-checking organization or even a journalism organization if, in the United States, if the U.S. government is funding you. You can't be that. If you want to say we're going to be a fact checker of foreign media and the U.S. State Department will fund us, that might be something different. But you can't say we're going to sit here and be critical of journalists who are online and decide whether they're telling you the truth or not, but we're going to receive money from the U.S. government. If you take money from the U.S. government, you now have a dog in this fight. And so you cannot possibly...
It's worse than having a dog in the fight. Now, recently, Google and YouTube pulled all the Iranian news outlets because they were posting proof Israel is harvesting organs from children and experimenting on the children they capture from Palestine. And they got video of it too, and it was very gruesome. And we did post some documents from the United Nations and ICC. Now, YouTube takes them down from time to time. Excuse me, my cat just jumped on me. And we make them put them back up. And if they're gone again, the next time I check, we'll just repost them. But this time, I'll put them on one of the robo readers so you can hear it yourself. And I think it's to skip down to the end. He had something important to say. Let me just check it.
We'll figure it out for you. They're essentially propagandizing you. You cannot believe those organizations.
And that is the first sign right there. If anybody ever tells you, you know what, just take my word for it, it's the truth, they're probably more than likely not telling you the truth. Last question that I got to throw at you, Ben, on this point of it. Facebook announced Jennifer Newstead is currently the legal advisor to the State Mart. She's taking over as the company's chief legal counsel. There are some concerns about her history and how it's going to have effect on just the everyday Facebook user who does look at Facebook to get their news.
Yeah, the fact is, we just mentioned Pointer, this Facebook fact-checking organization funded by the State Department, and now Facebook hiring a legal analyst for the State Department to become their chief legal counsel. It is one of the highest positions at Facebook, and this is a person who will set a lot of the guidelines for what is allowed to be published on Facebook, what kind of content will be allowed to be there under their terms. This is also a woman who not just helped to draft and create the Patriot Act, the single worst, most greatest violation of civil rights possibly in U.S. history, but a woman who actually lobbied for it through members of Congress. So it's not a good day for Facebook in terms of...
Okay, this was all planned, and everything's moving rapidly because the U.S., well, the Trump regime, and the cowardly U.S. military doesn't want you to see their war crimes they're about to commit. Well, they're committing them now by blowing up oil tankers and creating a humanitarian crisis in Syria, where the people have nothing left to live for except for to make their last stand. This is shameful. This is not making America great again. It's making America evil.